Yes.
Easy going right there. One more to go.
Yes.
Bro, what? I had to get rid of him.
He was being toxic.
Every time he does this every day, man.
Why are you unbanning him?
I don't know, bro. Man.
Go. One more to go.
Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Season 12, Week number 7. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's, and if you are just tuning in here today, you're dropping by to catch some VRML action. The Horizon Venue Showcase. Apologies, I'm a bit distracted as we are going into the game already. The team is very excited to get into the action. I do apologize for not being able to drum up the intro or get any sort of bit into this, but the match has begun. So we begin with round 1, Blackwatch versus Murphy's Maniacs. Thank you all for tuning in to this Horizon Venue Showcase. My name is Nightfire with 2 E's, and I'm just going to do the introduction while we watch these teams play in this first round of the series.
One's in the center street behind right truck.
A solid kickoff for this team. Evil Cartman able to get the first pick of
Sorry,
this
East
series.
Billings, another one. East.
And apologies, just trying to make sure everything, again, no time to prepare as these teams jumped right into the action. Kayat is our first round here, our first objective location of the day.
-1 blue room.
Ace of spades. Finding the refrag there for Murphy's Maniacs.
On the other side.
And we'll just get the intro in after the action unfolds, because now the teams are into it. First 2 minutes have ticked down, and the push is coming in from Blackwatch. It's Aussie who's going to be swinging around off to the corner, and Murphy does get tagged. Goes past that flashbang, and Osi tries to go in. Down they go by Eddie Soccer. A nice pickup there. Quick refrag from Mitroll. And it is going to be a 3v2 here, as Jeremy Solid is going to reconnect with the team. And now it's a trio versus a duo, and a bit of a pause in the aggression as they try and suss out where the remainder of this defense is for Murphy's Maniacs. The push very likely to come through now, especially off of that kill, and now they know Ace of Spades pushed up here onto the fountain. Itroll feeling confident enough to fly out of that doorway and maybe challenge with a flash up and over. I think that catches Spades. No, it doesn't. Itroll able to find that cross. Another pickup, and it is a 1v2. Ace of Spades trying to hold on here for Murphy's Maniacs. And Blackwatch have the option here to rotate to the back of this objective, just like they're doing. Both Evil Cartman and Jeremy Solid could easily swing around here and be contesting the objective with a potential cap. 2 points to start the round would be a great way to kick this off, but Ace of Spades does have eyes into this objective space. They have to watch for a lot of different angles, unfortunately. If Solid does get up the stairs, that's when things could get bad, and Solid does not get up the stairs. Another kill there. Cartman up next on that hit list as they are swinging into where Ace of Spades is dialed into, seemingly ready for the rotation from Cartman on this side. Can Ace of Spades clutch the round for Murphy's Maniacs? No, they cannot. Cartman is able to find the final kill, and round one is in the books. And so now, a moment in time to welcome everyone in to the VR Master League, to this matchup today of Blackwatch versus Murphy's Maniacs. Let's get into, obviously, our pick bans. For those that don't know how this all works, this is Onward. This is a 5 versus 5 military simulator. The objective is search and destroy, and so one team attacks, the other defends. Blackwatch's home team, there is a map pool that you can pick from. Blackwatch has banned Paradise out of that map pool. Murphy's Maniacs have banned Hook, and Blackwatch, being home, gets to pick the first map. And so I think there's a total of 8 maps available. The map pool rotates every 5 weeks in the season for a total of a 15-week regular season. Bazaar is where we're going to be going for map number 1, and as I expected, these teams are in a rush to get into their next round. I mean, come on, we barely had time to even start this off. Of course, we are now diving right into the action again for round number 2 as Murphy's Maniacs go on the attack. Blackwatch have to now defend. Each objective goes through 2 rounds. Each team gets to attack and defend, and then we change objectives. And so for now, we are on the Kayat OBJ, a objective that is very difficult to properly defend. It's no surprise, really, to me that Blackwatch were able to get that MARSOC round. Murphy's Maniacs are going to be looking to do the same. If they can get close enough to the objective, they can enter in a 7-digit code that will then secure them 2 points. If they all die, that gives the defending team 1 point. If they kill the defending team, they get 1 point. And so it's kind of a battle of weighing the scales and decision making in terms of what you do, as Wookie nearly gets tagged there. Evil Cartman almost finding an angle as Wookie continues to try and rotate and throw off Evil Cartman. On the other side, we did have a kill come through, and so the overall
maybe more going north.
Matchup now turned into a 4v4.
One went into the western courtyard of the...
One maybe more going north.
Take a look at the overhead to give us a better idea of what this defense looks like. The East,
Guys,
definitely weak, and that is going to allow for Eddie Soccer to swing around onto this east side and eventually have a nice line of sight over into what could be Jeremy Solid and It's Aussie's position. Wookie gets rid of the north side. The north defender. It does open up the north entryway significantly here. Jeremy Solid's going to have to rotate off their position and come and cover this north stair, this north entryway, and you can see them on the stairs trying to peek up over that stairwell into this back space of the map, but they cannot. It's Aussie does have to rotate now, and so they do cover their gaps in coverage. A very solid bit of rotation here from Blackwatch to make sure that they don't completely lose control. And shots there from Murphy's Maniacs just barely miss It's Aussie, and well, it now is all up to It's Aussie and Jeremy Solid. against 4 of Murphy's Maniacs. And Jeremy Solid has a long way to go to get to the objective. With Aussie down, this is very... Oh, no, this could be a 2-point. A quick team cap there onto Ace of Spades throws a wrench in the plans as Jeremy Solid is able to get rid of Wookie Oreo. Ace of Spades drops the smoke onto the corner, has the tablet out, and is punching in the code. They are looking for 2 points here if they can get it in, and they do under the smoke. Jeremy Solid does not see Ace of Spades entering in the code in the corner, just like we couldn't see him in the smoke, and that is 2 points into Murphy's Maniac's pocket. They now take the lead, and that's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of how this whole game works. You've seen it all now. You can either win by killing your enemy team or by attacking the objective and capturing it. When defending, you can only get 1 point. You must eliminate the attacking team. And so attacking really is an opportunity to sort of swing the tide of the series. And so now Blackwatch are down a point, but they go back onto the attack. We swap sides every round, and every 2 rounds, we get a new objective. So our objective has changed into the center building courtyard area of the southeast corner of Bazaar, and an objective that I think lends itself more towards the defensive side than the offense. What this takes to effectively attack on offense is to really encircle the objective all the way around. Fully encompass the objective and then push in as a team. And that level of coordination requires a lot of practice. The one thing we haven't talked a lot about is these teams' experience level. Murphy's Maniacs have been around since season 10. So there is some experience there. 2 seasons worth of playtime, figuring out, what it takes to play in the VRML, and climb the ladder. Blackwatch are brand new this season and are only 2 games in to their regular season. So they haven't even gotten their sort of set MMR. So they are getting challenged by Murphy's Maniacs, and if anything, are the underdog. So for them to start off that with 1-0 was surprising to me, to say the least. And Murphy's Maniacs very clearly looks to answer back and got the 2 points. We now go in to round number 3 of map 1. Murphy's Maniacs on the defense and Blackwatch attacking. There's the Maniac himself, Murphy. Looking for anyone to cross the South Street, but they've already missed the cross. Evil Cartman and Jeremy Solid have managed to get over into the far south side. This is a key piece of this push. If we look at the overhead, you can see Blackwatch is spreading out, investing 2 all the way up into the north. Their end goal will be to circle all the way over to that east corner of the map and then push down to the objective. In the south side, Evil Cartman gets the first kill. And that's going to open up this entire entry point into the south of the objective. It may even force a rotation, which we do see from Ace of Spades, to cover this street. And so Ace of Spades, if they're not careful, could go down on the rotation. They certainly were spotted by One Truth there and nearly shot as those bullets just miss. South very open, but Spades here in a very key position. Wookie Oreo also sort of reinforcing the south entry. 2 good smokes, though. Definitely get them in. And they do have a lot of good coverage in the south. The trouble is, the northeast has come to play. And both It's Aussie and Itroll have prepared themselves for the flank. Found themselves into good positions. And now comes the execution of this Blackwatch offense. Can they all push in at the same time? Cause that sort of chaos within the defense, and maybe even cap on an objective again that I do not think is easy to cap on. They have 1 defender, Eddie Soccer, very far away from objective. One Truth very close to objective on the attack. And so unless that forward position results in a rotation and One Truth gets picked up, that could that off objective position could result in a cap coming in here from Blackwatch. 2 points into the hands of Blackwatch, going up 3-2. Anything's possible here. And while we have a lull here in the timing of the execution phase of Blackwatch, a shout out to everyone tuning in, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or Horizon Venues. We really do appreciate you stopping by. Horizon Venues is a great app you can go download on your Quest or Quest 2. There's the rotation from Eddie Soccer to catch one truth out. You can see the laser come in as they finally rotate. Evil Cartman able to get a quick refrag. Wookie Oreo going down on that south coverage, and they still have that northeast pair pushing in over towards Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades very much occupied with its Aussie, and it roll finds one of the two over in this northeast. Are they going to be ready for the second is the question. They seem to be dialed in. Nope, it roll finds the corner. Ace of Spades goes down. Murphy's Maniacs down to just 2. And Eddie Soccer has to crash back to objective. Fortunately enough, they've cleared their path to the objective, and so it's just a matter of the south entry being shut down. And I think that this position from Gators is actually really nice. It is a very late angle. Nobody can cap unless they get up to his line. Their line, excuse me. If they don't get up to their line, they can't cap. And unless there's smokes that are placed right on objective, Gators will be able to shut down an entry. Now, of course, nades could and should be tossed into this corner. Several of these spots here and into that back corner are very powerful. So again, it comes down to the execution. They are doing well to set up the push. They have the 3-2 advantage. It is now just finalizing their movement up here. Oh wow, I've had the team wrong for a long time here, people. Thank you so much. I see in chat correcting me. Thank you so much. We'll change it. Did I? The Bad Batch. Where did I get Blackwatch? Very interesting. Thank you, chat. Why we have you. Why I like your interaction. Also, apologies to the Horizon Venues folks. Maybe don't know what happened there. We had the wrong team name at the top. That has been corrected. Bad Batcher here. I also think I had that at the wrong logo now that I think about it for the scoreboard too. So
Call out.
we'll be sure to correct that now as the series begins. There's Gators in the corner. Cartman's gonna fly around, and another Marsoc round into the hand of the Bad Batch. Apologies to the Bad Batch team. I know they're excited for this cast, and I for getting that wrong, but we have made the correction. Chat has come to the rescue. What happens when I'm all alone and I don't have a co-caster? Fly on chat. Technical adjustments here. And now we have the correct teams. Thank you everybody for coming together. Community. Let's save this one. Bazaar, again, our first map if you are just tuning in here today. It is the Bad Batch versus Murphy's Maniacs. We made the correction. All sorted. Back into the action we go, and it certainly is turning out to be a good series as we are tied 2-2. The Bad Batch go on defense, Murphy's Maniacs on the attack. And just substitute whatever I said in our, well, I guess our mid-show is what we'll call it because it wasn't a pre-show. In the mid-show about the Blackwatch, substitute with Bad Batch, and that is the truth. Bad Batch new team here, 2 games into the regular season. Ace of Spades gonna kick off Murphy's Maniacs attack
Pretty sure.
with a nice kill here onto what was in a pretty aggressive rollout up through the center.
I'm gonna watch down the center road.
Maybe just not anticipating that Murphy's Maniacs would have this spawn or be pushing up right up the middle, but maybe right up the middle could be an effective push here for Murphy's Maniacs. Looking at the defense, Jeremy Solid can peek up and cover over that wall. They do have some pieces of rubble to work up over. Evil Cartman has a angle over into the objective side and is covering the objective, so a very important position here as Cartman has a great line onto that objective and can shut that down. It Roll can also peek up. They can actually swing this corner and have a pretty good angle. They can also pop up into this window and have some half coverage. And so it is a defense that can adapt and may actually find a kill back onto Murphy's Maniacs here as Cartman, oh no, doesn't ID Wookie Oreo crossing. And now a smoke is going to shut down their vision down that lane. And I think if they come out through that doorway, it's Aussie is going to be the only one that's going to contest them on objective. And smokes are coming out onto objective. Murphy's Maniacs are looking for the cap. Oh, Maniac tries to get past. More smokes come in. There's the pop-up from Jeremy Solid to catch 2 on the backside. Wookie Oreo tries to get the res, and Solid drops off for a reload. I don't think they knew where they got killed from, and so they're not actually going to react, and Jeremy Solid isn't going to push up. Eddie Soccer and Wookie Oreo are going to swing around. You also have Gators getting ready to challenge Evil Cartman. It's Aussie catches out. Wookie Oreo swinging around here, and Eddie Soccer cannot find the refrag. Meanwhile, Gators hearing all of this fire from Evil Cartman over to the objective side through the smoke is looking for the kills. Evil Cartman with a quick turn finds it, and now with just 1 attacker left, Eddie Soccer is alone in a 1v4. Jeremy Solid popping up there to catch 2, a huge play. It's Aussie tucked in, getting, I think, 2 there on objective. Very good shutdown of that cap attempt, and Murphy's Maniacs definitely going for it. They wanted to lock in map 1 with a 2-point cap 4-2.
Oh!
Following Eddie Soccer here as they look to attack the objective again alone in a 1v4, but really a 1v2 if they can do it right. They can catch It Roll, and it's Aussie. They cannot, though. And I think that's going to be the 3rd kill there for It's Aussie. 4-3 overall. So a big round there. Evil Cartman 9-1. Jeremy Solid 2-2. Could have been 3-2 if they had confirmed that 2nd down. Maybe even 4-2 if they had stayed up and watched that res come in. But nonetheless, a solid defensive round from the Bad Batch. And they take the lead yet again on map 1, 3-2 here. They have done it once before. They started the series with a MARSOC win. Granted, it was on Kayat, an objective that is arguably very hard to defend. And they have now won their 2nd MARSOC round and a Volk round to take the lead. A really good job from the Bad Batch here to stay in this, even after that cap from Murphy's Maniacs. Coming back from caps is tough, but also riding momentum of caps can be tough, and if you can't, then what did that cap even mean? And so right now, the Bad Batch are looking at series points, or excuse me, map points, if they can take this next round. That means that they have to eliminate the defending team. Murphy's Maniacs have to hold their ground, take this to 3-3, but they can get an opportunity to take map 1 away from the Bad Batch. As a reminder, the Bad Batch, being the home team, get to choose map 1. So this is their map pick. Arguably a place that they are the most comfortable. And so you should expect good strats from them, frankly. And they certainly have been deploying them. We'll see now what it looks like as we get back into the action, going on their attack. Round number 4.
He put us down as the team Blackhawk, just a Bad Batch.
I don't know, they've all realized it. I'm sure they're
What's that west push?
their chat figuring it out, but Ace of Spades kicking off the defensive round, the ever important clutch round for Murphy's Maniacs with a nice kill, but then re-peeking the same angle. And One Truth is going to find the headshot there, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade. It's going to stick even 4-4. You can give my apologies to the Bad Batch team. Again, for getting that wrong. I'm sure they'll hear that in 6 minutes' time. Either way, it all is remedied, and we are back into the action. Have to see what the attack looks like from the Bad Batch. As Gator is seemingly ready for a south entry. We'll be waiting for that aggressive extended south flank. It looks like they are setting up for an entry in through what has been dubbed kill room for some. Wookie Oreo going to be challenging this. Lots of angles they have to check. One Truths in particular. They have a line of sight down into that room. Murphy's Maniacs now down to 3, and Bad Batch have that kill advantage on the round that they need to lock in to take their map 4-2. We then go to Murphy's Maniacs map pick for our second map. And so an opportunity for them to bounce back, but even now, still, the opportunity present as Eddie Soccer is able to get 1. Evens this back up to a 3-3. Evil Cartman is looking for that refrag, though, trying to see up and over the ledge, and they do. Eddie Soccer goes down. A nice pickup from them, and it's all up to the 2 on objective. Gators and Murphy the Maniac have to hold this objective against 3. A situation that seemingly is familiar to us in this series so far. These teams getting aggressive, both on defense and offense early, and then having to sort of piece together what they can do as a team. And it is one of the more fun elements of Onward, in my opinion, to have to sort of strategize on the fly, piece together the information you have, be very active on your communication with your team so that you can have a solid understanding of where your opponent could possibly be. And right now, I don't know if either team really has any information to work off of, so it's all a matter of scanning and being patient until we run into those next few shots, which may be a minute or 2. There is only 2:45 left on the clock, so not even a lot of time. They seem to be aware of that. You see Evil Cartman had the tablet out. They saw the time and should be aware of it. Murphy the Maniac, in the meantime, catches One Truth trying to push up. A bit out of sync as Jeremy Solid still hasn't swung around into the north. And actually, interestingly, is now starting to push forward. The execution phase, though, with that trio, not exactly synced up. And so it is going to come down to Evil Cartman playing this patiently. Again, waiting for Jeremy Solid to eventually get pushed up onto that north side, because that's going to be important. Jeremy Solid on the north can draw the eyes of Murphy the Maniac. I mean, if Gators isn't paying attention to the center, there's an opportunity for a cap here. Now, as Jeremy Solid gets picked off, a nice kill there from, from Jeremy Solid, catching out Murphy the Maniac. The rotation there from Murphy getting punished, pushing very far off of objective. Very risky to do. And now Gators has to check all of these potential cap points on OBJ. It leaves them very exposed. Evil Cartman finds the kill. And the Bad Batch take map number 1, their map choice, 4-2. And you know, it's it is a bit of the unknown. You know, if you look at the Bad Batch, it has players that have experience. Both Jeremy Solid and Evil Cartman, I know, with experience in the league. Evil Cartman being around since season 9, playing on the Peacekeepers, a very good team. But they also do have some players new to this season. I troll. Okay, that's. I was just going with the It's Aussie convention. I troll. It's Aussie. I got it. I'm figuring it out. The One Truth. They all have respective names, but some also new players into the league here. Murphy's Maniacs, again, in the meantime, have had sort of the opportunity to play several seasons together as a squad, and so it's surprising to me to see the Bad Batch come out on top and perform so well, really be able to play coordinated. And even then, there is room to grow still. You know, we do see a bit of off-sync movement, but they do find the kills that they need at the end of the day, or at least did on map 1. Let's see if that's the continuing trend here as we get ready for map 2, which is going to be Suburbia, as you can see there on your screen. But Suburbia, a very close quarters map, even more tight, even more close quarters than Bazaar is. Bazaar does have some range lanes, but Suburbia is very much a different beast. There is a lot of penetrable cover, so to speak, where a lot of the ferns and the wood fences can be penetrated, and so you see very aggressive strategies sometimes that revolve around putting out lanes of fire through objects, not necessarily knowing what target you're hitting, but just a suppressive fire to sort of cover a space and ensure that your team can push up without getting killed from a certain destination. So we'll see what we get in terms of the aggression from Murphy's Maniacs, who are going to be kicking off this round on offense. The Bad Batch be starting on defense. We are diving in to round number 1 on map 2 here. Murphy's Maniacs pick. And there's that free fire I was talking about. One Truth going to put some rounds through the shrubs, through the wood. If Eddie Soccer had been a little bit too aggressive, it could have been a potential kill. And again, if Eddie Soccer was pushing, One Truth would have shut down the aggressive rotation through those shrubs. But a little bit out of sync. The spawn, not on that side of the map. There are 2 spawns. They can spawn on the northeast or south or northwest corner of the map. So they spawn northwest, and it kind of nullifies that pre-fire significantly. And it does seem like the Bad Batch are allowing Murphy's Maniacs to really get control of most of the map. With this objective, you do have the luxury of playing very close to this back wall, utilizing the objective placement to your advantage and essentially not having to cover your entire back side. It allows for kills like It's Aussie to come through, because the team does then have to push across the all-important South Street. Usually it requires utility. Oftentimes grenades are thrown into the front yard here of this objective building, effectively killing the defenders here, both iTroll and It's Aussie.
I'm the only one.
Ooh, Evil Cartman with a nice kill there. One Truth Choose another, and the Bad Batch are shutting down Murphy's Maniacs, trying to push up through this center side here. Eddie Soccer trying to get one truth on the aggression kit, not, and it's all up to Gators in a 1v3 now, or 1v4. They managed to get one, but the Bad Batch nearly killing all of Murphy Maniacs and not going down. A nice, patient defensive setup that nets them a very comfortable position for round one. And Gators very much stuck. The Bad Batch keeping Gators pinned here as one truth does go on the hunt. This could result in Gators finding another kill, but I don't know if they hear the footsteps. They seem to do, and there is shots on to one truth. Information for the Bad Batch, but also maybe a path for a comeback here for Gators. We've seen 1v5s, 1v4s, certainly doable. Definitely going to be hard, though, as Evil Cartman has a very tight angle, looking through a crack in that window there, and Gators isn't careful. They are going to get scooped up in the exact same position as their teammate, down just ahead of them in front of the APC. Utility would go a long way here. Smokes, even frags, again, into that front yard. Could potentially kill iTroll or it's Aussie. There is what we're looking for. Smoke comes up and over. Oh, but it is not high enough. Evil Cartman. Oh, actually, it's Aussie is the one that finds the kill. They're just around that smoke, and with 2 minutes left, Bad Batch find the final attacker and take their defensive round on Suburbia 1-0. Continuing to lead in this series. Or at least start with a lead. We have seen Murphy's Maniacs bounce back, and I anticipate them to be able to play well here, considering it's their map pick. To be a place that they are comfortable in, seemingly a place that the Bad Batch is comfortable in too. The defense very much planned and ready for the attack. An attack that never really came, as sort of funneled in one by one into those defensive lines of fire. We'll have to see what the Bad Batch looks like on offense as we swap sides here. And Murphy's Maniacs get a chance to defend on what is, I think, a easy-to-defend objective. Again, you have only half of the map, really, to worry about. At the end of the day, depending on where you position your defense, you just have to worry about that front yard, people entering in through the front yard. But oftentimes, you see defenses like this, where they do extend forward. This is a very aggressive defensive rollout here. Ace of Spades pushing very far up. Gators getting picked off. Wookie Oreo going down in the two-story. Murphy Maniac getting picked off. Everybody going down as Eddie Soccer finally gets a kill for the likes of Murphy's Maniacs. And now Ace of Spades has to go on the hunt. They could very well find the troll. They do find Evil Cartman. Meanwhile, on the other side, Eddie Soccer still prone here, looking for Jeremy. Solid cannot connect through the bushes, and Solid is able to back off in time. Ace of Spades in a fight for the two-story here as Itsasi is tucked in. It is a 2v3. Murphy's Maniacs trying to hold on to this one. It was not looking good. And they actually have no objective cover. So it is going to come down to these forward defenders. Eddie Soccer gets rid of one. Meanwhile, on the two-story, a nade comes in, pushing back Ace of Spades and actually downing Itsasi. It roll finds Eddie Soccer. We are into a 1v1. The final kill comes in. Ace of Spades saving it for Murphy's Maniacs. And again, what was looking like the Bad Batch's round ends up going the way of Murphy's Maniacs. They stay disciplined. We are tied up here 1-1. And I mean, hey, this series has stayed close. Has been fast. The teams have been eager to play. But a very fast series. Bazaar, pretty quick. I think we only had one round to go down to that final minute. Here, we, again, only a minute and a half. Yeah. Minute and a half. I had it right in my head. Minute and 25 off of the clock for this round. So, again, an aggressive push. And I think it is going to be the continuing trend here, especially on this close quarters map of Suburbia. For those just dropping in, that's the score line just below. Those are the bands. We're in store for what I think is to be a good series. As already it has been exciting on Bazaar. Stayed very close with a good cap from Murphy's Maniacs, and now we're tied up here on Suburbia as we get into round number 3.
Down, boys. Pre-fires. Get down.
Take a look at the overhead here as we can get a good idea of what the defense looks like. Set up in that L formation. Watching the south, a bit heavier, but of course can easily rotate up towards objective from that south position if need be. Also have angles like that from the One Truth, who is watching that entry point even though they are in the south. And so a nice shutdown there of what could have been the start of the fast push. Utility coming up and over. That nade goes a bit too far. Could be an indicator, though, of more to come on that east side. The west, well covered. Evil Cartman has eyes on objective, as does iTroll. It's Aussie in a bit of an off spot there. Does catch one. They can go down to fire through the wood, and Wookie Oreo actually catches the toes. 4-3 here as the Bad Batch start their defensive round nicely, but can they maintain? Ace of Spades looking for an angle, as is Eddie. Wookie Oreo, everyone rotating in here to the west, and Wookie actually gets rid of Jeremy Solid trying to rotate over to the north. And so now they have 2 up in the north and only 1 down in the south. All about how Murphy's Maniacs attack. And if the Bad Batch stay tucked in and disciplined, Cartman does not need to peek up and go hunting. Neither does iTroll. They have eyes on and simply just need to defend the objective.
Lane 2.
Callouts heard from Wookie Oreo. Evil Cartman seems to expect one there. Wookie Oreo peeks around. One Truth catches Ace of Spades in the west. And just like that, Eddie Soccer is left alone in a 1v3. They have to push towards the objective. Still, though, plenty of time to assess the situation. 3 minutes left. And if Eddie committed to a bit of a wider rotation here, they would eventually catch One Truth exposed. But with this rotation, they're not going to catch One Truth, who is tucked in behind that Hesco. And it's all a matter of what does Eddie Soccer do? This is the rotation they need to stick to. Oh, but they are actually going to double back towards the objective. 2:15 on the clock. Don't believe they have any utility. No down teammates to reference. And iTroll has gotten a line of sight from underneath the corner of the car here, and so they should be ready for Eddie to try and cross. It's going to matter of if Eddie's going to be ready for it. Roll, who is, again, is prone on the corner there, and they do not connect as Eddie peeks that, giving an opportunity for Eddie to hunt for toes. No kills confirmed there, and is able to rotate off in time before the utility does any damage. Unfortunately, it seems they are having some external audio come in through their comms, and so they're not exactly silent here. If anybody is listening enough, they will hear Eddie Soccer pushing up. Again, One Truth. Very tucked in, holding a late angle. Eddie Soccer not going to see anything until they're very exposed and out in the open. With only 45 seconds left as well, they are eventually going to have to commit trying to go for that objective. "30 seconds now." Very much aware of the time, or at least should be. That flash tags Eddie right in the face and does put a pause on the timing here for Eddie. 15 seconds left. I think a second flash got them as well. And so they are double blinded here. Finally, it wears off. And now with only 5 seconds, Eddie cannot push the objective. The time will tick down, and the Bad Batch will take their Volk round to time 2-1. Our first slow round of the series, and I suppose I put it upon us as I was commentating on how quick the series had been. But full 6 minutes there on that round as the Bad Batch let the time do their dirty work. Don't even need to confirm that final kill, and it is only, again, 1 point for the defense. Now, however, they do have this 2-1 lead, and I would think going for a cap would be a solid play here for the Bad Batch. If they could just steal away Murphy Maniac's map pick, they then get to choose map 3, and we play all 3 maps because the rounds won at the end of all 3 maps matters. It determines how much you go up or down in rank in that ladder. And the Bad Batch, with only 2 games in their belt, this is their 3rd. If they can win this one handedly, it'll really set them into a solid MMR, a solid rank right out the gate. And although we are, into the week 7 of the season, this team recently formed. Something you can do, you can create a teams in the middle of seasons whenever you want. You can join the VRML and start playing. It is just very hard to then climb up and get to the top of that ladder, which is important. At the end of the season, we take our top 8 teams and pitch them up against each other in a big tournament with prizes. And what is going on here? Wookiee Oreo has gotten through the defense, flown in. There's the 3rd connecting. Finally, someone gets rid of the Maniac, or one of them.
Where's he at?
Seems we had an unfortunate disconnect there for Murphy's Maniacs, and so consider it again a 3v2. A situation we are all too familiar with here in this series today. And 5 minutes left. All those kills coming through within the first, 45 seconds. And even harder to remember that Murphy's Maniacs were on defense. Almost an attack pattern there as they pushed up in through the center and looked for those early kills. Incredibly aggressive play. I didn't even register that they were on defense making that play. I thought they were I truly thought while that was going on that they were attacking middle house. I completely forgot that they were on defense. How aggressive that play was. But again, the disconnect and that other kill from One Truth does turn this into a 2v2, and Gators is the only one on objective, and they are very exposed, but they do catch out One Truth. A bit of an off-meta position, maybe catching them unexpecting. Almost a team kill there as Gators nearly takes out Eddie, and there's the trade on objective for Murphy's Maniacs to take their defensive round a bit faster than the last one, but they do manage to snag it despite having one disconnect there, and so a nice job to keep themselves in this series. Could have been bad news, could have been 3-2, could have been a cap even, being down one like that, and so well played from the Maniacs to take that round, and well, we're all tied up 2-2, just like we were on Bazaar, but this time Murphy's Maniacs will be next up on the attack, and we go to middle house. And so quick plays and chaos can lead to opportunities on a map like this. Don't count out the Maniacs here. It is their map pick as well, and so very likely a place of comfort. You know, we didn't get a chance to talk about it a lot, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into the banning phase and the map pick phase of a series. You know, it's all about assessing what your team's strengths and weaknesses are. And so oftentimes you can go to the VRML.com website and see the stats of the team you're going to go up against. You can see they have a 30% win rate on this map. They win, you know, 29 rounds. They've won 29 rounds on this one. They have, you know, you can watch footage back if they have cast previous, and so there's a lot that can get put in, I suppose is what I'm getting at. And we do have that reconnect from Murphy's Maniacs. Does put us back into a 5-5 lobby. We should be able to pop into the action soon. When I was getting at by mentioning those profiles, though. But anyway, I guess the segue off of it, if you do want to get involved, you can head over to VRML.com.
True? You responsive?
Yeah, he's here.
We got subway next. Sorry.
Into the action we go to, and it's,
Barricade.
I do recall that they did provide the third map pick, so they already know where they're headed for map 3, and I believe it is going to be Subway, as mentioned there, so we already know where we're going. If it is a map 3 decider, is going to come down to if Murphy's the Murphy's Maniacs can take this Marsoc round, and if they can cap it. Obviously, they don't need to cap it. They can continue to play it out if they even manage to get a point here. 3-2 is a solid space to be. The cap will net them the map, just like it did for the Bad Batch on Bazaar. So far, no losses. There's a lot of fire going on, but all just sort of blind fire through the shrubs.
Nice.
That's a good nade toss. Another good nade toss. I think that second one was a flash, unfortunately. If that second grenade had been a grenade, it would have killed it, Roll and it's OC. One Truth, meanwhile, getting onto a flank, has caught one out. And they're going to continue to apply pressure. This could be very dangerous if they don't watch out for this rotation. They either need to push up or prevent that. So you do see one invested into defending the backside. Eddie Soccer there. Meanwhile, Evil Cartman has caught one, is identified. Let's go down to the trade. Cartman gets 2. And so Gators is going to be able to res now, though, off of that kill, at least one. One Truth catches out Eddie Soccer, and so that leaves the flank open. And again, it's a matter of how quick the Murphy's Maniacs push up here. Wookie Oreo cannot go get Ace of Spades, especially after being confirmed there. Jeremy Solid going to do that, and this duo is pinched. They do need to act. If they can somehow fly up and get these kills onto the stair defenders, will put themselves into a good spot. Jeremy Solid does go down, so down is the front story defense, but One Truth is coming in from the back. They catch out one. Gators goes down to the other on the stairs, and the Bad Batch put up a very good defensive round. A nice rotation from One Truth on that flank to catch out several of the Murphy's Maniacs. And, well, it was looking like a nice setup. Ends in a Bad Batch Volk round. And this is sometimes how it goes. The setup phase, very important, but how you execute off of that setup, oftentimes, the most important element of the play. And so I think it does become something that teams need to try and practice more. And, well, we'll see if Murphy's Maniacs stay disciplined on defense. We've seen aggression from them pay off, and so maybe more of that will result in more success. But if they lose this round, they lose the series, and they are guaranteed to go down in rank. Of course, it's still undetermined how much they'll go down in rank because we still play out that third map. And if they end up winning it, they can really limit how much they will be going down. And so we're not even there yet as we get back into the action. It's still 3-2 on map 2. Oh, and a kill through the wood, through the shrubs, does connect. Murphy's Maniacs are going to be starting this round down a player, 4-2. And it is going to be a full aggressive send from the Bad Batch. iTroll finds one. It's Aussie, comes flying up and gets a double, and the flames on the stairs will prevent pushing up temporarily. But not forever. Murphy Maniac does come flying in. They don't have ammo in their gun, and the Bad Batch, with a aggressive offensive play, the smokes, the fly in from the backside, catch their Marsoc round, and map number 2, 4-2. That's the play I think Murphy's Maniacs needed. That's the play that they needed to deploy there, and it would have worked, I think, against the defensive spread of the likes of the Bad Batch there. And so maybe a lesson learned, but a great map 2 from both sides. Map 3, like we said, is going to take us to Subway, but we are sticking to that theme of close quarters. And I will say that it is kind of the theme of this map pool for the next few weeks. A lot of these maps very tight I would say very close quarters. But we do have a balance. Obviously, the intention is to have some long-range maps in there. Downfall is in this map pool rotation. But also, we try and work in mid and short-range maps into a map pool, so there is that variety. And the mid-range maps are mid-range. Bazaar would be considered a mid-range map for a lot of players. But it is also very close quarters when it comes down to objectives like Kayat. When it comes down to really pushing any of the objectives, it gets very close quarters. And it's not necessarily the same as a map like Quarantine or even Abandoned. And so the pool, again, has changed relatively recently. The last, I think 2 weeks ago, the map pool changed. So teams still adjusting to it. But it definitely has resulted in a faster series pace and very fun to watch action, just like we got those last 2 maps. Now Bad Batch going into map 3, going into Subway on the attack. Murphy's Maniacs on the defense. And already guaranteeing themselves MMR gain, rank up in the ladder. They still do have to play out this third map, and sometimes the third map can be the toughest one to lock in. Wookie Oreo does kick things off nicely for Murphy's Maniacs. They should hear One Truth there, and the call-outs there.
I'm ready.
And a little banter. And interestingly, giving away their position. I don't think One Truth would have been aware of the flanker, and they were pushing forward intentionally. I think a C4 just getting detonated there on their body, but not enough to kill anyone. Ace of Spades is also still defending what will be Jeremy Solid's entryway out of that long top catwalk. So it's going to be a little bit of time until we see that action unfold. Meanwhile, it's Aussie does catch the Maniac as they drop the nade down the stairs. This opens up entry up onto the second floor and up towards objective. And so you see some rotations coming in. Only 3 Maniacs left as Gators does ensure that there's no caps coming through. Ace of Spades, again, is that final bastion against the push-up from Jeremy Solid, and they seem to be aware of it. Oh, and a C4 detonation. Ace of Spades had placed one maybe on the other side of the marker there, or the other side of the, I don't know what you call it, electronic interface, whatever. Ace of Spades catches another one as well. And the Bad Batch are just down to it's Aussie. Evil Cartman going down, flashes coming around, and now they have to get ready for the push. No time to get the res. Well, actually a lot of time. 3:40 left on the clock. So they should be able to push this back into a 2v3 as long as Murphy's Maniacs don't continue to apply pressure off of what seems to be a couple of good picks. Wow. I think Gators just killed themselves with fire. The Molotov not working out there. And now Eddie Soccer is upstairs on a flank where nobody is. And Ace of Spades is the only one on objective. This is a very ripe cap opportunity for the Bad Batch. Eddie is getting thrown off by these audio comms. They're thinking they're hearing enemies upstairs, but they are in fact beneath them.
Sounds like one other train track. He's behind the sign.
Oh, and there's the kill. Objectives open. Eddie has to push in. An opportunity here for Bad Batch. Do they know that, though? All they need to do is push up this ramp onto objective and get the cap. They are instead allowing Eddie to rotate here. And actually are going to be dropping off of the angle that they need to be watching. And still no push on objective. Very fortunate here for Murphy's Maniacs. Eddie is able to rotate all the way back around a 30-second rotation where nobody had eyes on objective. But Eddie is here to save the day. They are back, and the push is coming in. Oh, maybe they're not here to save the day. They're not going to catch this corner cap. They don't fully clear the objective, and Bad Batch do get their 2 points to start off their map pick here on Subway. Suppose it was coming one way or another. But a cap locked in there for Bad Batch. They continue to put on a good performance here today. Again, a brand new team to the league. Going to be fun to watch them develop over the course of this season and hopefully future seasons. I'm always get excited to see new teams join, and there's always new teams joining. If you are new to the league, I highly recommend that you consider starting off as a reservist, where you can kind of pop into teams and figure out if maybe you like a certain team or if a team likes you. Maybe you can also obviously check out for a lot of teams that are actively recruiting by going over to the VRML.com Discord. By going to VRML.com and finding the Discord link there. You can also find the Discord link in Twitch chat if you are in Twitch chat. That would be a great place to sort of find a team that is recruiting, and they'll likely do, some teams do tryouts, some teams will have you play a scrim with them. There's all sorts of different methods in terms of getting into a squad, but tons of teams looking for players, and I really do recommend getting involved. You get great games like this, which is really what these players want at the end of the day, just good quality back and forth. As we get back into it for round number 2 off of the cap here, Bad Batch looking to get seemingly pretty aggressive. Jeremy Solid almost killing it's Aussie.
Left side.
And a very interesting defensive style here.
You scared me.
To
I didn't
commit
think
to
you'd be
getting
down
so
here, boy.
aggressive and clearing the basement. They've now confirmed that nobody's coming in from the basement, and it is going to come down to the catwalk entry and what seems to be the north and south stairs. And so the attention now can be directed accordingly from the defense, but will it be enough? Murphy catches out the first kill for the Maniacs and tries to push up into the L, does make it in time as One Truth takes shots and nearly connects. Ace of Spades threw out the smoke, but it was not enough to deny vision. The north, I believe, is Gators, has not made the entry in from this north side yet. And so it's Murphy's Maniacs just a touch out of sync on entering in. Oftentimes you want to be, you know, all making your entries at that simultaneous time. And it either results in everybody dying or a few, you know, there's obviously several different possible outcomes, but it can result in everybody dying or in you completely wiping out the defense and opening up a path to the objective. And so hopefully no team kills come through here as Gators has control of the north. Eddie and Wookie have made their way out of the stairs. What I am seeing is a very disciplined Bad Batch defense, and I suppose they have that luxury as they've only lost one. They don't need to sort of start to rotate and cover objective. iTroll could very well catch out Oreo and Eddie, but does not.
Downstairs of Horseshoe, or no? Then on top of objective, probably.
Ooh, and there is the kill. A trade there as more action unfolds. One Truth able to get rid of Ace of Spades and then challenge up onto the stairwell. Wookie Oreo could have their flank exposed soon enough, but the Bad Batch catch a 1-for-2 trade there. They still do have their solid on-objective defense, which is the more important element. One Truth is very much pushed up and aggressively positioned. And it may actually become a position that is somewhat ineffective. Then it'll rotate down off those stairs. Wookie here on the bottom floor. Gators also on that bottom floor. Oh, and actually, that is good. Wookie is drawn. Jeremy Solid finds the kill there up through that center.
Oh shit, I'm out of ammo. Here, take. Thank you. Jesus, I can't even freaking.
Pistol comes out as they run out of ammo. Maybe an opportunity for Gators to do something. One Truth certainly not going to be running out of ammo. The LMG has plenty of rounds. They're going to continue to push up here. Jeremy does peek out and goes down. Gators aware of One Truth on the stairs. Are they going to be ready for Evil Cartman, though, who is also positioned on OBJ? As soon as they pop up this ramp, they'll have an angle, and there's the shots from Cartman. A 3-0 lead now from the Bad Batch, as they are running away with the series here. Shout out to everyone that is tuning in again, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or Horizon venues. I do appreciate you stopping by and hanging out for the action here today. Back into it we go, though, for round number 3. And we'll see what we get out of the Bad Batch offense.
Watch this, they can get here pretty quick. I'll take left.
That south stairs objective, a difficult one to defend, and with a slow spawn for the Bad Batch, they have opportunity to spread out and work up to a couple of different lanes. Wookie is investing in a bit of an aggressive defensive rotation here, confident. Now that they know it was not a fast spawn. That flash actually doing more harm than good. One Truth did get across, but Wookie quickly spots that and seems to be dialed in. Trades with iTroll and a 2-for-1 to shut down at least one entry point for the Bad Batch. A nice job there. And C4 now detonating around the battlefield to try and catch out a few more. But Murphy's Maniacs have 4 alive to the 3 of Bad Batch, but really only 3 on objective. Eddie Soccer deep down there in the south, down the stairs. Has a relatively short run to get up to objective, but still is very much off the objective there.
Like, take it from me. It's gonna... Looks just fine to me. It wouldn't let me let go of it.
Very solid. The sticky fingers. We're gonna have to check their gloves for
One's north for sure.
sticky enhancing products.
Be careful, there's an enemy coming from the north somewhere.
It's like cheating in the NFL. Can't allow it.
I can hear you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna come around the corner. Probably won't. I'm pacifist. You're right.
And some audio baiting, if you will. Tactic that we've seen used pretty effectively as of late at the high level. But definitely something that can throw off your opponent. It can also kind of get information. Right now, Gators is getting information, kind of has an idea.
Nope, he moved back.
Where these two are, and
Let's take this. He's not there.
they do seem to be ready for Gators in the next alleyway. The trouble is getting to Gators, of course. Ace of Spades is ready, and it's all a matter of if Gators is going to communicate to this teammate that this push is coming, because Ace of Spades could go down if they're not properly covering that side. Cartman could find the kill, and wow, what a great transfer there for Cartman. Recognizing where those shots were coming from and finding that. Murphy Maniac still in the back, though, and those shots don't connect.
Another one down.
Cartman still alive here, catches a double, and it's all up to Eddie and Gators. There's the trade. 2-2 now as Eddie is all alone on objective. Has the callouts from Murphy the Maniac, tries to go for the res, but cannot get it. And Jeremy Solid needs its Aussie to reconnect with them here up through that lane and support with something, utility, anything here. There's the confirm, so no more comms from Murphy. Eddie has to hold the angle. The call out from Jeremy to push now, and Eddie is alone in the corner. Jeremy cannot connect, doesn't have ammo in the rifle, allows for utility to come up and over, and a great flash onto Jeremy, catches them out, and I think pushes back, gets Aussie. We're into a 1v1 now. Eddie Soccer trying to clutch this and keep Murphy's Maniacs in this map. It's Aussie only 1 kill away, and now they have an angle. Oh no, they don't! Eddie Soccer hangs on. We're here for some more Onward. The series not done just yet. It was looking good there for the Bad Batch, but they didn't quite sync up on that call out for the push. And Eddie gets several to save the day. Murphy's Maniac still able to nullify some of the damage done to their rank here if they can get a few more rounds on the board. They can win 4-3. The overall scoreline ends at 11-8. And that is pretty close. That's within a 3-point range, 3-point spread. Definitely will limit how much Murphy's Maniacs go down in MMR. Currently in the silver tier. And so they don't want to be bumped down into bronze. Definitely want to be trying to climb up into that gold and diamond division this season. I imagine gold likely their goal at least. And so we'll see what the Maniacs can do, if they can stay focused even under the pressure of being down 3-1 as they go on to the attack. And Bad Batch, meanwhile, just have to simply defend. Stay methodical, stay disciplined, and get your defensive round to net themselves a 12-point victory.
Okay, I go now. I kill people. What, killing people?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
I mean, you executed Murphy.
No, I was blind, though, so I have an excuse. I couldn't see her for shit.
And another slow spawn for Murphy's Maniac, so not going to be any immediate action. The only difference here in the Bad Batch's defense, again, is that they don't need to get aggressive and try and throw off the defense. And oh, actually, I stand corrected as they are getting aggressive here. One Truth tries to push up, but down they go.
Team's clean.
Watch C4.
There are a lot here. The call out there on the I troll to rotate back up to objective. Meanwhile, Murphy's and the Maniacs pushing in from the alley, and nobody is covering this alley on the Bad Batch's side. Two great flashes and a nade to cover what are common positions on this lane. And now they have to rotate in. Jeremy Solid tries to peek the corner. They get punished. Wookie Oreo watching one side. Evil Cartman peeks. They get punished. Bad Batch not set up well here on defense as Itzasi tries to even the playing field with the LMG. Oh, and a great flash to prevent what was a sweeping LMG fire from getting the remaining offense. Murphy's Maniacs. Oh, that's another good flash to shut down the aggression. Itzasi is going to push off it and gets one. Meanwhile, Murphy trying to get out the tablet and punch in the code here. And Itzasi calls it out. Troll catches out that cap attempt. And oh no, this cross out for the res could result in bad news. But what a great flash as they run. And we're into a 2v2 now. Bad Batch may be able to hold on to this. Gators not swinging just yet, but the duo here and ready. Going to see again just no coverage on this lane. Even after several smokes have come through. Bad Batch have dropped off, and Eddie and Gators are going to have control. Going to be a matter of its OC retaking. And Eddie does not want to allow that. Oh, the dead body soaking a lot of bullets there. Eddie finds that kill, and now I troll alone. A 1v2. Not a lot of utility left, I would imagine, either. Going into Gators' line of sight, catches out Gators. Eddie has to clutch this up for Murphy's Maniacs, or we are done with map 3, and the series goes confidently into the hands of the Bad Batch. And at 38-2, time will become an element. They'll have to push up here. Don't think they can cap unless they get past that wire. And there is the shot from iTroll. The Bad Batch wrap things up with a solid map number 3, 4-1. The overall scoreline 12-5 on the series. A very good third game played here from this brand new Bad Batch team. And I say brand new, but they do have some veterans there that do have experience playing in the league, just like Murphy's Maniacs do, and it's why we got such a great back and forth here today. Really just a good display of the middle of the pack ladder. I mean, it was a good back and forth, and again, no matter where you are in rank, you will have a good back and forth. That's sort of the idea of the VRML, is we provide a welcoming and competitive place. And so if you want to become the best of the best, you can. You just have to win and climb the regular season ladder to challenge teams that have earned their spot in the top 10. And so it is a sometimes multi-season effort, sometimes not. We have seen squads come in and dominate right out the gate. And so maybe the Bad Batch will be a team that can come into Season 12 and start things off strong. Obviously, they are here with a nice win with all 3 maps in their pocket. Again, a quick shout out to everyone that was tuning in here today, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or Horizon Venues. We do appreciate you stopping by and participating in the action. A quick apology to the Bad Batch for having the team names wrong at the start, but we got it right at the end, and a great performance from them to lock in this series win. Also, a shout out to our sponsors. You've seen them here. My arm got cut off over there. They are contributing to our prize pool, which is now over $7,000 in hardware and cash. Those sponsors are ProTube VR, VR Cover, VR Wear, Asterion, HyperX, VRML, and Border Foods. If you want to learn more about the VR Master League sponsors, you can head on over to VRML.com, where you can learn all about what has been a growing roster of sponsors. Hopefully will continue to grow as VR and esports does. That's going to be it for us here at the desk. For me at the desk, it's just been me, but it's been us. I will see you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. PST right here on twitch.tv/VR Master League, on Facebook, YouTube, and on Horizon. That will be Friendly Fire versus Gladiators. So be sure to catch that matchup tomorrow afternoon, 12 p.m. PST. And until next time, stay cloud.